Welcome to the Roundtable, episode 41. We're 41 deep, you guys. I cannot believe it, but here we are. I was doing the math on that, and I think that's like, if it like added up and it was regular every week, that's almost 10 months, I think, right? Something like that. But anyways, we're happy to be here with you guys. We're going to talk about some stuff going on in the news. We're going to talk about Valentine's Day. We're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff. So you guys let us know what you think here in the comments. We want to hear your opinions and how you're doing as well. Make sure you hit the like on the way in, subscribe, and stick around. So let me go ahead and bring in the co-hosts. And we have, guess who? We have Cholo Trucker in the house.
Yeah, getting here to my favorite holiday, and it should be everyone's favorite holiday, Valentine's Day. Wow. Move over Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, everything, because here's the real meaningful one.
Right? This one is really going to get you guys in the pockets, I feel like.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Okay, and we have our beautiful sister here, Denise Castillo. Come on in. How are you?
Hi, good. Hi, guys.
Good to see you. We're just waiting on House, and we see, I think he got the link, so he'll be tapping in a minute. So until then, Chola, what did you do this last week? Anything fun or exciting we need to hear about?
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah. Went out to the shooting range.
Ooh.
That
Tell us about
was that was a fun time. That was a good time.
Did you
Shout
brush
out
up on
to
anything you haven't had done for a while?
Yeah, no, I mean this was on a whole nother level. Everybody likes to think that they're gun guys because they're from the streets and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, not like this. It's on a whole different level. It's on a whole nother level. Um, so that was fun. Did a couple of business things as well afterwards, and then Sunday it was all about the Super Bowl. It was all about or well, we supposed to say it, the big game.
Yeah.
Went to my brother-in-law's pad. I barbecued. I barbecued hamburgers, hot links, and hot dogs. So it was cool. I had a good weekend. I had a good weekend.
Nice. Are you good on the grill? Do you like barbecuing?
I do. I do like barbecuing. But I got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
Just I because when people say that, it's like, oh yeah, I enjoy it. Then everybody tries to rush at you, and they always want you to do it. It's like, no, if I'm not in the mood, I'm not in the mood. But yeah,
Yeah.
if we're gonna hang out and kick back and fire up the grill, yeah, I don't mind barbecuing. I enjoy it.
I
Nice.
enjoy it too. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
By the way, am I good? I'm good enough. I'm no drunken chef.
All right. Shout out to Drunken Chef.
I like to
Yeah,
check.
yeah.
Right. His spread that he made looked so good. I was like, wow, he really does some very interesting uh, dishes too. So I like to see what he's got. But Denise, how about yourself, sis? What'd you do this last week?
Um, we watched the game. I ended up watching the game.
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. I was just like, what are they doing right now? But
Mhm.
it was crazy. So I mean, I watched it because I seen part of it, and I was like, what? I
Yeah,
forgot what it was, but yeah, we did that, and then the girls wanted to eat, so we had carne asada too. I just cooked it on the grill on the stove. But
nice.
yeah, we had a bunch of tacos and stuff, and
Mhm.
just came back and enjoyed it. I guess
That's
Were you
good.
not planning on watching the game?
I was not. I
Mhm.
wasn't. And Melvin's over there in the front room. He turns it on, and I'm listening. I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Right?
Oh, okay. What were you not? Did you not want to watch it in protest or?
No, I just said I didn't care for any. I didn't care for none of the teams that were playing. I mean, I'm not a 49er fan, and the Chiefs, I just don't like them.
So kind of in
Okay,
protest.
so in protest then. Look, I'm not a fan of either team either, but I watch every Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do. It's
I mean, that's the thing too. We watched it. I dressed up in my cowboy gear and I
yeah.
watched it. And
Yeah.
um, I watch it every year too. But this one was kind of different, and I was like, man, I don't care for that. I don't even want. But
Mhm.
like I said, Mountain turned it on, and I heard it, and I was like, went over there looking, and I got
Mhm.
sucked in.
I know.
Yeah,
So how does that feel? Like both of you are pretty big football fans for your own team. How does that feel watching another team? It's just like meh, whatever, or does it matter to you?
To me, it's like whatever. I don't like I said, I don't care for any of the team. It was like watching another like when the Chargers play. I watch
Mhm.
them because that was my brother that passed away. That was his team. So I watch that game if they're playing the Rams or whatever. I'll
Mhm.
watch it, and then it was a trip because some lady I'm wearing my Cowboys gear, and I go to the market real quick, and some older lady goes, "Since your team didn't win, who are you going for in the Super Bowl?" And I turned around, I said, "Nobody."
mm,
Oh, she was, oh, okay.
mm. You
Mhm.
know what, Denise? Then you need to place a bet or something like that to have you invested
Somehow.
in the game. For me personally, how is it for me? Look, I just want to see a good game, and a good game it was. I can watch. I When it comes to football, I can watch football and be
Mhm.
entertained if it's not my team. As long as it's a good game. So
Mhm.
no, I watch all the Super Bowls. There was a time that I really was not interested, and that was the second time that the Giants were meeting up against the Patriots. And I'm
Mhm.
like, again, two Northeastern teams.
Yeah.
It's like the first time it was kind of cool because Eli Manning beat the unbeatable Tom Brady.
Mhm.
This time around, it's like, but I still watched it. I still watched it, just like the World Series. I will watch every fall classic, even if the Dodgers are not in it. Just for just because I like the sport, I like
Mhm.
the sport and all. Definitely, look, it's definitely a game changer if your team's in it. That's for damn sure.
Mhm.
It's definitely a game changer.
Yeah, okay.
But the Super Bowl is different than all other sports because all other sports are the best 4 out of 7. Where the Super Bowl, it's one game, so you get the whole get together and everything. People that are not even football fans, it's like, hey, go team. What team is it?
Yeah,
They just get together for it, and it's the excitement that comes with it. So
Yeah, I think it is. I was kind of like whatever. It really wasn't my team. Some of my family are Niners fans, so I was like, okay, I'll go with the Niners. Let's see how this turns out. But obviously, they didn't win. But it was a good game,
yeah.
and it was close and right up until and the last minute overtime. So I enjoyed watching it. I can't complain. It was a reason to get together and cook.
Yeah,
mm,
that part.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What did
yeah,
you guys?
it's the event.
Yeah, what did you guys think about the halftime show?
I thought Usher sweated it a little too much.
It was pretty flashy,
He was
huh?
talking about how he got Alicia Keys and was like
I know. I
all
saw
up on
that.
her. I was like, dude, relax.
Does it? Does he have herpes? What does he have? He has something, right?
That's what I was thinking. That no, that's awful, but that's the first thing that came to mind for me too. I guess it is. I'm going to say allegedly because I wasn't there, but there was a whole court case where this girl made accusations against him that he gave her herpes, and based on her appearance, people didn't believe that he would have slept with her because
Mm,
she was a pretty big girl and
Hmm.
looked different from the women he's normally seen with. So people were like, yeah, right. You didn't get with Usher, blah, blah, blah. Well, she took him to court and
Wow.
I guess sued
mm,
him because herpes is like, I guess there's no cure. It's like lifelong you
right.
have it. So,
Yeah.
and I guess within that court hearing, it came out his medical records that he had it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The reason why I laugh, well, first of all, I'll go ahead and give it up to Usher. I thought he did great. You're right, Denise. He was sweating a lot, but I thought he did great. I thought he put on
Mhm.
a really good halftime show. I
Yeah, he
really
did.
Yeah.
did. the reason why I laugh is when you were talking, Jen, is I knew somebody, right? Years ago, and
Mm.
you know, we talked like, hey man, what would you do? You know, if you got a disease, an STD, right? And
Uh-huh.
he was all like, man, I'll go and give it to every hyena. A
Oh
hyena.
no.
He's all like, you know, and he wasn't using the word hyena. He was using the B word, right? So
Uh-huh.
he's all like, if a bee gave it to me, I'm gonna go give it to all the bees out. You know,
He was just gonna go get revenge on everyone.
That's crazy.
That's
Oh,
crazy. Oh man.
yeah, yeah,
what
Sounds
an
like
idiot.
he's yeah,
What a dog.
he's doing a lot of time right now. So
Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. I thought Usher did a good job too. And Alicia Keys and everybody that went out, really, I kind of I was a little taken back by Jermaine Dupri's church socks. Those look like the socks I used to wear to Sunday school when I was 7 or 8 years old. But I guess he was somebody made some memes about him and these little lacy socks he had on, and he was really offended. Like kind of like lashed out and put something back on IG talking about how these socks are, I don't know what brand they were, something, really expensive. But I kind of laughed when I saw them on him because it did give me flashbacks of early Sunday school.
mm, okay,
And,
all right. I was,
That girl with the guitar, she's a famous she's
her.
famous on TikTok.
She's a famous musician. That's I believe that was her, right? She goes by Her, her.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know my daughters are like, that's the girl mom I was talking about, and that's the girl from TikTok. She's black and China.
Yeah,
Mm,
she's
Really beautiful.
I believe black and Filipino. And I think she's from the Bay Area. Hmm.
Mm.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Like
I
that
didn't know who
guitar.
she was. But I mean, she did a good job. But look, I thought it was a good halftime show. I
Yeah.
did. I thought he did really good. And I remember, you know, doing the 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 show with my son. I'm like, isn't Usher like? I'm not saying he's not relevant, but I haven't heard his name in like 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, you know, is he still got it? I haven't seen, or
Hmm.
I'm not like a huge Usher fan and keeping up on Usher or anything like
Yeah.
that. But I'm like, is he still performing? I wasn't sure, you know. But damn, he went out there and he knocked it out the park. I thought he did great. So
Yeah, he did. He did. Like, what did he come out on roller skates at one point and everything? Like,
yeah, that
wow.
took it back to like the whole
Oh, that's
roller
cool.
derby days. Yeah.
Yeah, that part was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big Usher fan either, but I know that he was, I don't know how many years, but he was doing that residency thing in Vegas and it just ended. So he was there for what, 3 years maybe? So
Mm.
I would see little bits and pieces. People like girls would go to his show, and is known for like pulling up, famous women, dancing with them real close and everything. And a lot of men would come online and kind of lash out at him, like, "Don't touch my girl like that again." So that was pretty funny to see him with Alicia Keys like that, because her husband also was like, you know what? That's not a big deal. It's all performance. Get over it. Like, I'm not that, not that sensitive, but
Did any commercials stick out to any of you guys?
mm,
Um,
I didn't feel like they, honestly, for myself, I didn't feel like they were as good as they normally are.
Mm,
The one
to me.
that I kind of laughed at is I don't know what his name is. He's an actor, the Asian actor, and he like came. I don't know if he was frozen or something, but they brought him back in time, and they were showing. Oh, he did the Popeyes commercial
yeah.
on there, and they were showing him. Oh, Popeyes has wings now, and he was like tripping out on all the new stuff that's happened in the future, I guess.
Hmm.
That was kind
Yeah,
of
that
let's
one
pick
was
that
pretty.
up every-
Yeah, I can't. Not too many commercials really stuck out to me. The one I would say that was probably pretty good was a Ben Affleck and J Lo one. Yeah, Tom Brady in there and Matt Damon.
Okay, I must have missed that one because I was going back and forth. Darn it. Okay.
Yeah, that one was all right. But outside of those, not too many of them really stuck out too much.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't feel like they did either. So it's whatever. I know there were a bunch of people around this area that were bummed out over the game, but there was a bunch of people who were happy that were betting on it too, because a lot of people I know even were betting on Kansas City. So
Mm.
Mm.
yeah. But I wanted to get into this story. I know House is still trying to log in, so we'll just keep going until
He's in the chat.
he figures it out. Or yeah, let me
Oh,
see.
he is in the chat. Yeah.
Let me go down here a little bit.
He still has the old school dial-up computer.
No.
Hello.
Let me go down here. I'm way behind. Shout out, you guys. Thank you, Jilu. Appreciate it. House of
Yes,
Tattoo. There you go.
Lou.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, all right. This story, I'm sure you guys have heard about it because it's like all in the news. And it's involving this mega church in Texas that Joel Osteen is the
Hosting.
pastor of. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I guess there was a shooting on Sunday that happened about 1:50 p.m. It had just their morning service had just ended. They were about to start their Spanish service when an individual came to the building on the west side, and she arrived with a child and a backpack, a trench coat, and I guess a long gun of some sort. She allegedly pulled the gun on security. They do have armed security there at that church. And they returned fire, and she passed away at the scene. And the child actually is, to my knowledge, that I checked, right before we went on, he's still in critical condition, but he was hit in the head. So it's not looking good. And this is like kind of crazy story. I was trying to find some information. The things that I saw coming up were saying that this person, this lady, was in fact a man, or once a man, or identified as a man.
Yeah.
And now it's coming out that, okay, they're saying no, it's a biological woman. So I don't know what to say on that part because I'm getting mixed stories. So I don't want to say for sure one or the other. But I know I found a video where she was talking and called herself Jeffrey Moreno.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy story because, well, it's just crazy that it happened in a church. And then she had the child with her. The child's hit. The weapon she has, I guess, had some anti-Semitic type stickers on it, a Palestine sticker.
Mhm.
They found some writings of hers where she had anti-Semitic stuff in it. Neighbors came forward and were talking about complaints they had made and how crazy this chick was.
Yeah.
So I think I have a video here. Let me see if it's saved and we'll watch it real quick. And this is her neighbors that are talking about kind of the stuff that they were put through with her.
A group of residents from the Conroe neighborhood Janice Moreno called home spoke to reporters late Monday, all of them asking their identities not be shown on television, and all of them with similar stories about the woman police say opened fire inside Lakewood Church Sunday afternoon. They claimed Moreno threatened and harassed them for 4 years, and they reported it to authorities.
Nobody should have died. Nobody should have been hurt. This should have been handled years ago.
We cannot do anything more than what we did. We tried to stop this. We tried to help her, we tried to help us, and we tried to help the public.
One resident said she saw Moreno unloading rifles from her SUV, and Moreno yelled at her.
Don't you come closer. Don't come closer. I'll shoot you.
Yeah. So that was just a small clip. There's like many videos of her neighbors saying they've been complaining for years and have like over 200 documents begging for help and saying this individual is mental. So I don't see anywhere where they say that her weapons were not hers. It says she was able to obtain them. So I'm sure this is about to be a big ordeal as far as that goes with the guns. What do you guys think? Have you ever seen armed guards in a church that you've attended?
No,
I haven't
that
either.
church is huge though. It carries three?
About 90,000 people, 90,000 members.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a big church. The one right here down next city over Crystal Cathedral, they carry armed guards.
Okay.
And but that armed guard that she walked past didn't have nothing. You know, that's why you let her in. And then the other two came out when they started to see
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, she had a long rifle, a 22. So I don't know how he didn't see that or why, you know, she didn't shoot him.
Yeah, they say that she actually shot off with the AK she had, and the 22. She didn't have a chance to shoot that one yet. But she had two guns on her, and yeah, unfortunately, the little boy was hit as well as like a 57-year-old gentleman that was there at the church. He was since released from the hospital.
The baby's grandma kind of did a interview, said that, you know, she's not mad at the officers who shot because they were aiming for her, you know, but she was not angry at them for what happened to the baby. She seemed, you know, okay. She didn't seem like she was distraught too much, but I'm sure it's your grandson.
Crazy.
But the lady, yeah, she came out in her TikTok. I don't know if you guys ever looked her up on TikTok. She was talking some weird stuff.
Yeah.
The
family ended up being Jews. You know, she said the news said that her families were all Jews.
Her ex-in-laws, who she had beef with. She was actually, it said from the reports I found, she was from El Salvador. But yeah, her ex-husband and his family were Jewish.
And the husband, I guess ex or what, I don't know if they were divorced or what, but he was registered sex offender.
The father of the boy, yeah. Did you hear about this, Cholo?
No, this is the first I hear from it. And had she lived, I wonder how many vatos would be writing her, "Would you be my Valentine?"
Whoa. Hey, look her up. She's like a hyena. She had long hair. She didn't look pretty.
Wait, let me see. I might have a, yep. Okay.
She had a few pictures that
we don't know if it's okay, let's see.
She was tore up.
Right.
There was
Okay.
like 6 of them, sis, that she had looked at more like the one on the left.
There was a lot.
So we don't know if it's a guy or if it's a girl, correct?
Yeah, because at first it came out that this was a transgender person. But then today, later in the day, I was seeing reports, people saying that's not true, that she was just using so many aliases and some of them were male names. I'm not sure.
Look, did you say this was during a Spanish service?
Right before the Spanish service started. So there was like
Joel
a break.
Osteen in Espanol?
Yeah.
No.
He wasn't going to do it, but his co-pastor.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So you know, there's a lot of things going around with Joel Osteen that you know, he's a false prophet and everything like that. He teaches you know, wrong scripture and a lot of hatred towards the guy. I don't know enough about Joel Osteen. I never really watched Joel Osteen to really give my 2 cents, whether he is or isn't. There's a few things, a few interviews that I've seen that he tries to stay very politically correct. And in doing so, kind of makes him seem like a little bit of a weakling to me. Like, come on, Holmes. You know, if you're really for you know, God's word, then, you know, preach God's word. But I haven't seen enough to say like, okay, no, yes, he's not. But the little bit that I have seen, I can understand the suspicion to it. So, you know, there's a lot that goes on with his search. Now, he is somewhat of a celebrity, so I can somewhat understand armed guards because I'm sure he has gotten death threats before. I'm sure he's gotten a lot of threats. He is a celebrity. Look, he's a pastor, but he's one of, if not the most well-known pastor that there is, and he's got this mega church. So I'm not against him having armed security. That's cool. That's fine. People have gone in and shot up churches before.
Yeah.
So,
True.
it's definitely happened. Heck, the church I go to, um, they one day there was a shooting. Oh man, it was that shooting a few years ago by that couple. That terrorist couple that said they're doing it for the ISIS or something, and then ISIS says like we don't know who they are, but they're doing it in the name of for them. Well, anyway,
Right.
it happened by a church, and that church said from now on we are going to start searching.
Mhm.
Okay, we're going to start searching, and ever since then they have stepped up in security. So yeah, I mean, yeah, so people are wackos, man, and go and do stuff like this. Now, in this case, where it's this chick, and like I said, I don't really know too much information about it. She
Mhm.
seems like a complete whack job, and hopefully the child lives. And it's
Mhm.
very, very, very unfortunate. But it's probably best for me to go ahead and say this. It's probably
Mhm.
better that the mom died. It's probably for the best of the child
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that the mother died, because if not, you're gonna be raised up with this whack job of a mom,
Mhm.
basically poisoning your mind. Let me go ahead and say this to everybody, man. Kids are very innocent until adults go and start ruining their precious, innocent minds and souls.
Yeah.
Okay, once adults come in and start putting their burdens on
Mhm.
the child of like, hey, this person doesn't like you, that person this person that. Man, kids don't care about anything until you, as adults, go and start bombarding them with all your damn problems
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
destroying their innocence and
No,
putting
yeah.
so much garbage in their minds, their hearts, and their souls. And then we fast forward, and then it's just a revolving circle. So
Yeah.
it sucks to say, but it's probably best. I hope the child lives.
Yeah.
Sucks to say,
Mhm.
but it's probably best that the mom died, because who knows what the mother was going to be doing
Yeah.
Mhm.
behind closed doors raising this child.
I mean,
Right.
she taunted her neighbor. She taunted her neighbors, and she had domestic violence. So she did a lot. She did a lot.
She did, and there are reports,
Years.
many reports from CPS actually, where she actually had been accused of having this little boy, taking him to the hospital for an ailment he had. He got a feeding tube put in, but there's reports that she kept that feeding tube in this child for years, even though he didn't need it. But she would find a way for him to have it. So there's allegations that she had that Munchausen by proxy. And even a hospital report said that they found adult pills, medication in his feeding tube, that the mother had been drugging her child through the feeding tube and doing all kinds of weird stuff. But there is reports of her doing all this crazy stuff, but then his father is in prison because he's an unregistered sex offender. So it's like this little boy didn't stand a chance,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And as far as Joel Osteen goes, I feel like he is much more, in my own opinion, a motivational speaker than he is a pastor. I do see, like what you said, Cholo, he doesn't like to be backed in a corner to answer a question directly. He kind of skirts around scripture, and you can't do that when it comes to scripture
Yeah.
and be a pastor. I don't think. I know that he was on Oprah once, and she asked him at point blank, like, how do you get to heaven? And his answer was something like, there's multiple ways.
Hmm.
So he caught a lot of heat for that, because it's like, you're a pastor of a Christian church and you're saying there's multiple ways to get into heaven.
They also say he didn't let some of the people that got hit with the storms. He didn't let them in his church.
I remember that as well when Hurricane Katrina happened. Yeah.
Because he just did his rug. He just had his floor done. So he didn't want to.
I did not know that. I did
Yeah.
not know that. But yeah, there's he comes off again. I know very little of the man. He
Mhm.
comes off as he wants everybody to like him.
Yeah.
And like this whole thing, like I don't want to offend anybody. Like, Big Dog, if you're gonna preach the word, homie, you preach the word, right? And if it's offensive to people, then it's offensive to people, carnal. But you gotta preach the word. And he comes off as like, I want everybody to like me, and that's not Charlie, dog.
Yeah.
Again, that's very little that I know of the guy. So
Right. He doesn't stand on it. Yeah. The one thing I also heard about him a few years back, it was really weird. I guess there were some reports of the IRS looking into over $2 million missing from the church fund. Then, like, randomly, some construction workers are doing work in some area of the church and find all this money hidden in the walls of a bathroom within the church.
Oh, wow.
So that was another, like, really weird situation. So yeah, a lot of scandal surrounding him and that his church.
Yeah, a lot of things are coming up.
Well, it's a mega church, so there's a lot of money. There's
yeah.
definitely a lot of money, and he's gone, on
Yeah.
private planes around the world and stuff like that. So there's
Right.
definitely a lot of money involved, and
Especially
it can be it can compromise someone.
I'm
It
sure
can
it can.
compromise someone. So it's unfortunate, but
Yeah, prayers, for the little boy and, people who were there and traumatized by this situation. I just
well, let me go ahead and ask this. Let's fast forward 25 years. Let's say this little child lives, right?
Mhm.
Let's fast forward 25 years, and this little child is, running amok, or abusive or whatever. Is anybody gonna, give some sort of understanding to he by that time he's gonna be a grown man. So
Mhm.
is anybody gonna give any type of understanding, like, hey, this is the kid that did this, or because that's what happens. A lot of the people, man, a lot of the dudes that are all jacked up doing, stupid things like that, come from, situations like that. So right now, everybody's all like, oh man, this little boy, prayers and prayers to this little boy. Okay, well, fast forward 25 years. If this little boy once turns into a man and is out there doing some really pretty bad, horrific things,
Mhm.
would you go back and say, like, you know what, maybe the little kid should have died?
Mhm. I'll answer that. I have a nephew that he was my brother's son. So his girlfriend had this baby, right?
Mhm.
And she was doing speed at the time, and I was always checking her because I was like, "Aren't you already like 7 and you're still doing that shit?" And she goes, "I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop." And I said, "Okay." So time went on. She ended up having the baby, and the baby was hooked on meth. So they calling us up. Somebody got to come pick up the baby. Well, he was in there for a minute because they were trying to. They made a hole in his head, and I guess they were giving him something, I guess the drug to get him down.
Yeah.
I think that's how they do it. And so what happened was my sister picked him up and caring for him, and then he turned around. He was like in second grade or
Mhm.
third grade when I took him for my sister and brought him here to my house and put him in school. I got him and he was a troubled kid. He would just walk out of class and go to the playground, and teachers were like, but I explained how he was. I would explain to the teachers how he was, that he doesn't listen, he has no manners, he's out of control. Like, we need to get him help. And the teacher was like, "I'll help you with him, Denise. Don't worry. We'll go ahead and take this head on, and I'll help him." So
Mhm.
he ended up, just grabbing the ball, walking outside, and whenever he wanted, he would just get up out of his seat and walk outside. And the teacher's like, "Jared, you can't do that. You got to come back in." And he would be all mad and, act out and kick stuff. And she would call me, and I said, "Okay, well, I'll be there." So I'd go and I would sit with him, and I would be like, "You're too much, dude. Like, calm down." But yeah, he was just a lot. So there was one time I didn't go. He ended up stabbing this kid with a pencil. And I thought, man, I heard of that, but I've never experienced that behavior. You know, he stabbed a kid with a pencil, and I'm like, oh my God. These people are all white people that I live around. They're not going to take this lightly, and they're probably going to sue us and whatnot. So, but I got him all the help he needed, therapy. I got him help he needed. You know, I sent him back to the Anaheim School District because I sent him back with my sister after 3 months. I was like, I can't do this. I can't. And so she ended up, so yeah, I sent him back with therapy and all that. He's already 25? I think he just turned 25 in December. And he's all right. You know, we do clown him sometimes, like, man, you were a terrible kid. But he, you know, he's all right. He's not landed in jail. He works. Well, he tries to work. He had several jobs, but I would think this, like, I think we made the mistake by telling him what he's done in the past, which we shouldn't have. I think we shouldn't joke like that, or we shouldn't have brought that up.
Yeah.
It probably made him feel to some type of way, but I just told my sister, don't tell him nothing like what happened. If you remember stuff, you remember stuff. It was crazy. He's the one that I told you, Jen, when I had him on the dinner table and I gave him a bottle of water. He spit it out.
Oh, no.
He's like, ew, I hate that water. And I said, what do you mean? It's clean water. It's bottled water. He goes, I want sink water. And I'm like, okay.
He said, give me the tap.
Yeah, I want tap water, boy. And I was like, I had fed him, I forgot what dinner, and he just like spit it back in the, like, things like that. He fart on the table, and I'm like, dude, we don't do that here. So go to the room. You know, I would discipline him. Started just to do this routine with him, and I don't know if it lasted.
Yeah.
But I know that as an adult, he shouldn't have those things brought back to him, you know? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that they should. Hopefully somebody gets this little boy and raises him apart from that family. Because from what I heard, the dad is, you know, he's a child molester. Why would he have him?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a hard question. I mean, I feel like if he does survive, you know, he's facing a lifetime of serious issues, mental, emotional, physical, and just the whole, you know, notion of what his mother did is going to follow him, you know, especially if they don't move from the town they're from. Like, this little boy is going to have a rough road ahead of him. And it worries you to think of what that can turn someone into.
Well, he also got shot in the head, so we got to see what his mental state is.
Oh, that's true.
You know, so
Yeah, that's a traumatic brain injury right there. Yeah.
right. So wow.
Yeah. But definitely prayers to him.
For sure.
You know, we have the holiday of love coming up tomorrow, and there's all kinds of places selling flowers, candies, all of that stuff out there going around. Chola, do you feel like that's just a way to hype up people's wallets and get people to spend on some unnecessary holiday?
Well, look, okay.
It's weird.
Well, everything is, isn't it? I mean, I don't want to be just unfair here to this holiday,
Right.
but I mean, that's what everything is, right? Everything is, hey, let me go ahead and see if I can make a buck out of it, which I don't think is anything wrong with it. I mean, what do people go to work for? You know, to get paid. So I don't see anything wrong with it. I saw it today. There's multiple people, you know, on the off ramps or on the sidewalks. They set up with their teddy bears and the flowers and everything. And it's like, yeah, you know, they're out there trying to hustle, trying to make a buck. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, whether it's them doing it, whether the store's doing it. everybody is out to, sell, make a profit. So I don't want to be just unfair to this one. It's just this one is somewhat just I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of weird to me. But is it hyped up? It's definitely aimed for the men to
Yeah.
perform for this
Mhm.
holiday. That is for dang sure. It's not there's not a lot of pressure on the females to do too much. So that's the hype about it that I don't really like too much.
Yeah. Yeah. I do agree with that. It's definitely put on you guys for sure. What do you
I
think
want
about?
to intervene on that really quick because I've been married for so long. And with us, it goes both ways. I wake up and there's a dozen roses and there's candy and there's flower. There's a perfume or something. I go get what I need before even the holiday.
Mhm.
But girls have to put their part into it too, and maybe go to a romance store and buy a little something, or like Victoria's Secrets or something, and give back to their husband. I
Mhm.
mean, it goes both ways to me. We've been doing it for so many years. It's like that's what I'm trying to think of why you guys are saying, it's just another, but
No, is it like what's everybody's opinion on it? So you feel like it's an important holiday?
yeah, and that's always been my it's always been our thing. It
Mhm.
hasn't been just me or just the girl gets it, but
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
oh yeah. Sorry.
So you get into it too then, and you do something special and make it a whole
Yeah,
thing.
you have to. Yeah. I think that it goes both ways on that holiday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Denise. Overall, is it the pressure on both?
It's not really pressure because you just been doing it for so long. You just already know what to do.
I'm talking about overall in general. I'm not talking about your relationship in general in
Oh, in
society.
general?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I've never. Does it go both ways? You're asking me in general? I
Yes,
didn't get the
yes.
question. Tell me the question again.
In general, because you're talking about just your relationship. In
Right.
general, in society, do you think it goes both ways or it's more on the guy?
I think it's more on the guys, but I think that it depends. I don't know everybody's situation. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't
Yeah.
know how many girls do that. I do see girls in the store when I go, but it doesn't mean that they're buying for their husbands or their
Mhm.
guys. But
Oh, okay, my beautiful crazy local wife just asked right now to all the fellas on the chat, are you guys expecting something tomorrow?
Great question.
Are
yeah,
you guys expecting something tomorrow? Okay, look, I'll be the first to tell everybody this. I don't celebrate this holiday. I don't celebrate this holiday. I don't really care. I don't hate it. That's fine. Let it exist. That's cool, man. Everybody go ahead and run around with your heads chopped off. Let me see what I'm gonna get for her. You
yeah,
guys, hey, have at it, man. Okay. There's already birthdays where you just celebrate your significant
Mhm.
other. There's already your anniversary. Why do we need this day? I don't know, but oh well. If you want to celebrate it, celebrate it. I don't celebrate it,
Yeah.
at all. And here's another thing. I want to go and throw this out there too. Okay. Is it really that special if you're already expecting it? Okay,
Mhm.
all right, all right. If you're in a relationship and your hyena tells you, you know what I would really like? I'd like some flowers one day. And then the next day you show up with flowers, it's meaningless to them
yeah,
because she had to tell you.
right.
So it's somewhat meaningless. The meaning is not really there. It's when you bring her flowers just out of the blues,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nothing happened. Like it's just another day. Heck, it's just Tuesday, right? Like Tuesday's
Mhm.
not a special day of the week. It reminds me of that pizza commercial. Everybody loves Friday, but here I am, Tuesday. Nobody cares about Tuesday. So,
Right.
you just show up just on a random day for no apparent reason. You guys didn't have a fight. You guys didn't have a good, loving weekend or anything. Just
Mhm.
out of nowhere, you just show up
I
with
mean,
a
guys
box.
should do that. Why
Yeah,
do they
just
do
box
it?
and
They do it
parts
when
of
they barely meet you. Why would they continue doing that?
Oh, there's a lot of things that girls do when they barely met you, Denise. Oh, they
That
do.
too.
That they don't
Vice
know.
versa, yeah. Oh, that too. So why
Yeah.
don't you continue doing that?
Oh, okay. Nobody gives you the best effort like they do on the first date.
That's
When you
true.
go out on the first date, do you see the real person? Yeah, probably, but you just see the best of the real person.
Mhm.
That is it. There, you don't see their bad part, you don't see anything. You get the very best version of that person on the first date.
Yeah.
Fast forward a year, that's you guys go out to a date. That's not the version of the person you're gonna get. Now, I'm not saying that they're faking who they are,
Hmm.
because that's really who they are, but that's the best version of themselves. So, no, chicks do this all the time too. That's
I mean,
that's
there's been years that me and Mal had we've made reservations and gone out to eat. Not like every other week that we would go eat, with jeans and tennis shoes or whatever. We got dressed up, and I have like a bunch of pictures of that are coming up right now on Facebook where we've been, in the past, and we always tried to do that, on Valentine's, get dressed up and go to dinner, a nice place, um, and that's just what we do, and you know. Has he brought me flowers during the weeks before? Yeah. Um, my girls do that now a lot.
Mm.
and I think that's where it counts. I believe that's where it counts. All the other times, it's expecting it. You're already expecting that, right? So I
Mhm.
think that's where it counts. Like I said, I've never celebrated Valentine's Day. I've never been one to do so. Whenever I was getting into, a relationship or whatever, when I got into the relationship with my beautiful, crazy, local wife, I let her know I don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
I
So
remember you saying that in the past when you.
Yeah.
that and then the real test,
Or birthdays or
and then
Christmas.
and then
Anything.
and then here it comes. The real test comes,
Mhm.
right? The real test comes. Is like, okay, not just anybody, right? But the real test comes. Okay, here comes Valentine's Day. Now I'm sure, right? Because I was thinking like, okay, is she thinking that I'm gonna get her something or that we're gonna celebrate something? Because now this is the real test, right?
Right.
Now it's the real test of, okay, is he gonna fold and actually give me something which says I'm the special one or whatever? No, you're
Mhm.
just the special one to me because you're the special one to me. And here comes Valentine's Day, nothing happens, and there goes Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah.
And then I had to see, how she responded to that, and she responded very well, and I'm like, yeah, cool.
You don't
Yeah.
believe in birthdays. You don't believe in Christmas. You told your sons you love them once, right? We all
Yeah.
know that. We all know that. So you got presents for your birthday. You guys had Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we celebrate
Um,
Christmas. Oh yeah, big time.
what was the third one again?
We
Oh, the
celebrate
Val-
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Thanksgiving.
oh, you said you loved them. That was
I
the first.
did.
You
I
think
did.
he's
I
the
did.
first. You
Right.
think he's from the first too.
I did. I told them I loved them. I remember that day too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till after Valentine's Day. The flowers are cheaper. You can buy one bouquet on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it.
Okay. So what was the verdict on all the fellas? Are they expecting something
I don't know. They
tomorrow?
didn't really answer. It's
They
because I
didn't
some of them are
say a
single.
whole lot. I saw a couple. They would like a foot massage or back massage, things
Okay.
like that. And that made me think, what would it look like if it were commercialized like it is for us women, for men? Like you'd see these commercials, like with a Makita drill and a hammer, like go get your man, this drill for, the day of love, or like what would that look like? If they were showing us what men might want, that would be a totally different advertisement than what I'm seeing.
I mean,
Yeah.
the guy
Yeah.
can pretty much get whatever he wants, but if it, I don't know. The guy can, Melvin could get whatever he wants anytime he wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But I think
so-
it's true. It's kind of like this, to each his own with it, but it's true. Like if you're expecting something, it's probably not going to be as meaningful. But if it's just out of nowhere, like I was thinking of you today, it's just a random day. Here's some flowers. That I think is super meaningful. Something like that.
Right. That's a girl thing though, right?
Yeah, that would be.
It's a girl thing. I mean,
Mhm.
if I tell my beautiful crazy local wife, like, oh man, you know what? I like a nice couple of pistos tomorrow, right? And
Uh-huh.
she shows up tomorrow with with a nice couple of beers. That's cool for me. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what? Gracias, Vieja. You brought me a couple of beers or something, right?
Right.
But if it were vice versa,
Mhm.
and she says like some flowers or whatever, and I go get it for her, it loses the meaning behind it because she had to tell you.
Right.
See, that's a big difference between guys and girls, and it's not all the way across the board. I'm sure you could find some guys like that, but
Mhm.
for
And
the
for the
most,
record, I don't tell him I don't tell him what to get me.
Okay.
no,
I
it
don't
would
say,
lose the,
"Oh,
but
get
it
me
would lose
flowers
the meaning,
tomorrow." I don't
it would
say stuff like that.
right, but it would lose the meaning, Denise.
Well, yeah, I see where you're coming from. I'm just saying I don't do that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't tell them, you got to go get me flowers and you got to get me this and you got to get me that. I don't
No,
do
but
that.
no,
So
but
whatever
even
he
if
comes
you
up
tell
with,
him,
it's
okay,
fine.
no, but even if you tell him what you would like or something like that, like it loses the meaning because you had to point out what you would like instead of him just knowing and getting it for you. The meaning will be so much more, and that's kind of a girl thing, not so much of a guy thing,
Mhm.
because the woman wants the man to know her and think of her and go out of his way, the effort
The
to put
effort. Yeah.
forth
Yeah.
to get for the girl, right? If it's something so simple that if she saw something on the corner that was being sold
Mhm.
and he ends up coming home with that same thing, he's really not going to be that impressed because it's
Mhm.
like you stopped at the corner to get it. You didn't put much effort into it.
Right.
Even if it was something nice, she might still appreciate it, but I'm sure inside of her, she's gonna be like, he didn't put much thought or effort to it. He
Yeah.
was just coming home from work, saw it there at the corner, picked it up, gave it to me. It's
Mhm.
like, you didn't think of me too much.
Saludos. Homie hangout. Yeah, I agree with that.
And
Definitely.
there's little to no effort, so the girl doesn't really appreciate it because there was little to no effort.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Boy, it got quiet.
I know.
That's sad if they do that. I would be pissed if I got a corner flower. Come on now. I'm
Hey,
worth,
But if the
I'm
guy, but if,
worth
but
more than that. I'm his wife, and I do my job as a wife every single day. So I
Mhm.
think that I should get something, but it's been so many years. I've always gotten something on Valentine's Day. It doesn't faze me that I won't get it or not. But like I said the other day, he took me out to the mall to get a shirt, just to buy a shirt, a blouse.
Mhm.
And he ended up saying, well, come on, let's go get some perfume. And you want some shoes? And I'm like, dude, it's okay. He goes, no, I know you've been wanting some tennis shoes and you ran out of that perfume one. And I was like, okay, right on.
uh, Denise, let me ask you. So if he didn't get you anything at all tomorrow, you cool with it?
I am because I got stuff the other day, so I'm not really expecting, but I know Melvin. I know Melvin. I know he will put flowers or
Okay.
roses
Oh
on.
no, but I just want to make it clear because you said it's not gonna it wouldn't phase you. So I'm just
Let me
asking
take that
if
back.
he,
It wouldn't bother me if he did it. It wouldn't bother
okay,
me.
okay, so if he truly 100% did not get you anything, because you're saying Melvin.
Yeah.
So then it would be out of his character if he truly did not get you anything.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make you think anything at all.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Because you're saying him, so thus you truly believe he's gonna get you something. So if he doesn't
And
get
this is
you anything at all, that's out of his character, and that's not gonna make you think like, hey, is there something wrong?
no, it wouldn't not be, and because of this, because he didn't mention Valentine's Day at the mall the other day. He didn't say, "Oh, I want to get you perfume for Valentine's Day," or "Oh, I want to go get you the shoes for Valentine's." Like he didn't mention that. But I'm grateful enough to say, if he didn't get me anything tomorrow, I'm grateful for him enough that he got me what he got me the other day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
But it would seem out of character for him not to get me anything tomorrow. But
Right.
it's not going to hurt me and it's not going to be a big deal to me.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Robin's always painful. I'm just
Okay.
confusing
I'm
you guys?
not, okay. Look, I'm not questioning whether it will hurt you. I'm questioning of the you knowing his character and him not getting you anything, knowing that wait, I know him, thus he will give me something, but this is out of his character. That's gonna, not that it will hurt you, but that it will make you think like, huh, this isn't like him. Like what's up? No?
We'll have to wait and see. I'm sure he will.
He's like,
I'm sure he will give me something. I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he will too. I'm sure he will too.
Yeah.
Sure
Hey,
he will.
Silent. Hey, homie, if you're listening, don't get her anything because I want to see what happens.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, if he don't, then I'm grateful for what I got the other day. Do you understand me, Jen?
yeah, you're saying,
I know what you're saying. Though.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
saying
Right.
you just got something the other day.
Grateful. I'm not talking
I
about
got
the
more than what I needed the other day. Like I got
right,
like
but I'm not. But yeah, but I hope you get what I'm saying, Jen. I'm
No, I
not
get
talking about her getting what she
Right.
needed or her being grateful. I'm talking about him being out of character, what she believes. No,
Would it?
yes, he's gonna get something, and if he doesn't, that is out of his character. Not that
Yeah.
he is not getting you what you want, or that you're grateful or not grateful, but the fact that it's out of his character that might make you think like, hey, it's something up.
What's up? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I get it, yeah.
He will, most likely he will get me something tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Right. Crazy. So you know what? Someplace you don't want to go on Valentine's Day for sure. I just saw this earlier. Is a date through a dating app in Colombia, because the government has issued like a warning for you guys. Keep this in mind. There's a big scam going on. These guys are being lured to Colombia to potentially date or marry. And they've already found like 8 dudes turned up.
Wow.
And there was a guy recently who was there, and he called his family from the date. And he was supposed to meet this girl. It's like the third time. And he told his brother he needed $2,000. And the brother was like, okay, and was going to send it to him. Well, I guess it took too long, and they actually found him, but unalived later that day. So, yeah, be careful with the dating apps, because,
Dang.
yeah, that's crazy.
Huh. I'm not really in tune with dating apps,
Yeah.
but does it ever go well? I mean, I knew somebody who married somebody that they met online. I don't know if that was a dating app, but I mean, are these dating apps really really the thing, or is it just a hookup? I remember somebody had told me like, hey man, like all these dating apps is just to try to go and hook up. Even the whole what's it called?
I know you're going to say Christian mingle, right? Yeah, I heard that's the worst. I'm not familiar with them either, but I do have a couple friends that mess with them, and it's always some kind of drama story I hear, and it's never like a love story. It's something else. So I definitely think it's like a hookup culture thing.
Is
I don't know.
anybody gonna go out to eat dinner tomorrow? Because that to me just seems like a big hassle. I think
No.
I would much rather. I mean, first of all, it lands on a Wednesday. It lands on
Yeah.
a weekday. However, it is hump day. All you lovebirds.
There you go.
But I would think it'd be much better of everybody just leave us alone. and we just spend the time, watching TV with a box of donuts.
There you go.
Like and instead of, hey, let's go out to dinner and beat the crowd, or like I just
Yeah.
no.
I can't, I don't like, for one, I don't like big crowds, chaos. And I feel like any time in the past that I have gone out to dinner on Valentine's Day, it is like loud and chaotic. And if you didn't make reservations, you're not getting in to a restaurant. Don't bother, because they're all booked and you're going to waste your time trying to find a spot to eat. So, yeah, no way. I'm going to be home cooking
And
dinner.
then isn't there always a couple in the restaurant that end up talking to each other? Like you guys remember in the beginning of the movie A Bronx Tale, where homeboy's telling homegirl to get in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
They always end up like that.
Yeah. That's true. There's always that couple, right?
Yeah. You're over there trying to have a romantic moment with your lady and everything, and then there's always got to be that couple that are arguing.
Yes. And ruins the whole vibe. Two-Face Entertainment Fred says, I was going to surprise my wife one year and buy her flowers, but then the light turned green. You're messed up, Fred. But I like your style.
Oh, shouts to my boy Fred, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fred.
Okay.
What's
Look,
the pot that
look,
counts?
I think it's good, and I think it's very healthy to go out on dates every now and then.
Yeah.
Definitely. Valentine's Day, I'm not going out. We're not going out on a date, but the hassle out there, and it's no, we're good.
Yeah. It's going to be craziness for sure.
When you have reservations, you're going to get in and fit in and have your dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when you don't have them, you just, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, nothing exciting. I have to take my dog to a vet appointment. So that's going to be my excitement for the day. And then come home and make something. I'll probably like bake cookies with Ruby or do something like that. She wants to make some heart-shaped chocolate chip cookies. So yeah, that's going to be my evening.
Yeah, for me personally, I wake up super early in the morning, so it ends on a weekday. But I just for all the ladies, man, that put the pressure on guys to celebrate this day. And look, some guys may want to celebrate it. Hey, handle that. Mazel tov to you about those, man. Go handle it. I'm just gonna tell you guys this.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna tell all you vatos this, okay? All you vatos that are in the honeymoon stage, man. All right, don't overdo it. You start overdoing it, now you got to outdo yourself. So keep it simple, man. Just keep it simple. And by the way, look, all right,
It's simple to you.
okay, hang on. Okay, let me talk. Let's talk.
Right. Let's hear it.
All right,
I want to hear this.
let me talk to my guy dude bros, man. To all the vatos locos out there, all right? Don't get caught up in this web, homie. Okay? Effort, time. That's all that's really needed. You want to know a way where you could kind of sweep her off her feet a little bit. First of all, I got a really really good one, but I don't know if I should say that here. But here's what I'll say, man. Taking a walk, you and her, putting the electronics away, hold hands, go walk around the park. Buy a buy her a paleta from the paletero, and you guys just talk, and then just go sit at the bleachers where by the ballpark or something, and just talk, and just talk, and just keep just walk something so simple like that, where you were giving up time, spending time with her. You made her feel that I want you around. Okay. Women want to feel wanted, right? They want to feel like you want them around. Like I want her around.
Right.
So simple things like that, as opposed to going and spending all this feria, dog. Okay,
Mhm.
because unless you're gonna keep on doing that, it's just simple human nature. It's just animalistic nature, right? You
Right.
just start conditioning someone, and when you don't perform to that level, not to say that that person's doing anything wrong, but now it's like, oh, is something wrong because you had that person conditioned that way.
Mhm.
It's like when you wake up every morning to walk the dogs at a certain time. You
Mhm.
guys know the dogs eventually they're conditioned. They don't look at the clock. They just know right around that time it's time to go for a walk,
I
right?
do.
You guys
Mhm.
keep on doing that. And unless you plan on continually doing that, keep it simple, man. You ain't even gotta spend a lot of feria, man. Just give your time, give some effort, go out for a bike ride. That's another thing, man. It could be something very kiddish,
Mhm.
taking it way back in the days. And it's something so simple that if she does not appreciate something like that, again,
Yeah.
I'm not the ones that are in the honeymoon stage, right? If she doesn't appreciate something like that, then you might want to reconsider, Holmes.
Yeah. I think that's true. It's the simple things, and for most people, I mean, it is the time that you spend together that I think is most appreciated. And yeah, showing her that you want to spend time with her and taking the time out of your day to do those little things like that, I do think that is very important. But you're right, you're setting the bar to how you're going to have to approach that every year. So, you know, I agree
Mm,
with what you said. Be careful with what you do because you're going to have to beat that next year too.
don't set yourselves up for failure, man. Don't do it.
Right.
But yeah, you know, I got one that I was talking to a couple of guys today, right?
Mhm.
And I told them this, and they're like, "What?" They were tripping out. I'm like,
Really?
I don't know if I should really share it, but look, I'll go ahead and I'll throw it out there. To all you guys, man,
Mhm.
check this out, Holmes. Right? You guys really want to sweep her off her feet? To all the fellas out there, do you guys really, really want her to, go head over heels for you? And don't come blaming me, man, because she can't stop thinking about you, though. All right.
Mhm.
Here's what you do. All right. Again, that this is if you're in the honeymoon stage. All right. Overflow the tub. Okay. Overflow the tub. Know what she really likes to eat, like one of her favorite meals, and burn it. Burn it on purpose. Okay. Make a mess in the kitchen. First of all, you're inviting her over, right? For dinner and a good time and stuff like that. Okay. You invite her over. Make sure there's smoke going around a little bit. There's, the fire sensors beeping, whatever. And she comes in and it's like, oh man, have this look of defeat in your face and just be like, damn. And she's like, what's going on? It's like, I was I was trying to make you your favorite meal. And then be like, oh, we're supposed to take a bubble bath together, and the tub is overflowed, and now there's water on the floor and stuff like that. There's things that have been burnt. There's all this stuff going on, right?
Mhm.
Check this out, man. She's gonna end up cleaning all this. She's gonna order a pizza. She's gonna pay for it. You guys are gonna kick back, laughing about it, and she said, "Love you," because she sees that you put in a lot of effort, and because you screwed it all up, she knows you haven't done it for another girl.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Right.
That's a
And
good
there
one.
you so
I feel like, man, this guy can't make it without me. I think that's right.
well, look, she knows that you didn't do it for any other girl
That would
because
be clear.
think of
Yeah.
how badly you screwed up and
Mm-hmm.
how much you were willing to go out of your way to get it right, and you did not get it right, and she's gonna fall in love with the effort, and she's gonna end up cleaning the mess, and she's gonna end up paying for the pizza, and you guys are gonna sit down, laugh about it, watch a movie, have a great time. There it is.
Happy
Right.
ending.
Happy ending. And then a few years down the line, you could tell her the truth, like, hey, you know what? I actually did that on purpose, right? But by then, she'll be so in love with you, it wouldn't even matter anymore. Plus, the effort was still there.
Right.
The effort was still there. I did all this, got it wrong on purpose. That was a lot of effort on my part to get you. So the effort was still there.
I got it. Okay. I see what you're doing with that. Now, you told this to some of your homeboys today, or
No, a couple of guys at work.
okay. What did they
Couple
have to
guys.
say?
They're probably like, she's gonna kick my ass if she makes me wash those dishes. And we're gonna have to pay for a plumber to come clean up that floor. Hell no. That's what I was
No.
say? What'd they
She
say?
will do it. You don't have to tell her, oh, can you clean up the mess? Oh, no. Because yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You gotta have that look of defeat. You gotta have that look that,
Oh,
like, man, I tried to do something special, and damn it, I got it wrong. Like, I'm sorry, baby. I really wanted to surprise you with all this.
wow.
And she's gonna clean it all up with a smile on her face, joking around, and she's gonna end up buying you a gift. You know, she's gonna end up buying you a gift, paying for the pizza, and you guys are gonna have a great time. And then later on in life, when you could tell her the truth, yeah, it'll be water underneath the bridge. Plus, it's the effort that you actually did put effort to, impress her anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the effort. When it comes down to it, it's the effort that will stand out. Yeah. Debbie says, okay, not bad.
My beautiful crazy local wife is asking, did I do that to her?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
It's coming out.
off air, yeah.
Hey, Belle.
No, but if he ever does, Loca, you know it's all a trick.
Right, that's right. Hey, I want to give a happy birthday shout out to Monica. Love
Yeah.
Grace from us. Happy birthday to you today, beautiful.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I hope
Yeah.
have a
You know
good
what?
day.
While we're on that, I'll give a Sapo Verdes to my boy Vic Med. I don't think he's on here, but
Hey,
sometimes
happy
I see him
birthday.
in here.
I think
I'll
he was
give
in
him,
earlier.
yeah, I'll give him a Sapo Verdes. His birthday was on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, nice. Happy
Nice.
birthday, Vic.
Nice. Happy birthday, Vic. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, that was my dad's heavenly birthday as well. February 11th. Yeah. It's a good day.
Yeah, to JoJo's question.
What's that?
To JoJo's question, if a good dinner
Oh, okay.
would count, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
If a what now?
If a good dinner counted as what did he say, Jen? As romantic?
Here we go. Let me see. Do you consider cooking for someone a romantic activity?
Yeah.
I
I
feel
mean,
like,
on a special occasion, or is he talking like all the time?
I don't know. Let us know, Jojo, which one you mean by
He put activity at the end.
Okay. I think it's again,
Mhm.
it all depends.
Mhm.
Okay. If you get a guy that loves to cook and he's always cooking,
Mhm.
then the girl may not see it as that romantic. I'm not saying she won't appreciate it. I'm not
Mhm.
saying she won't be down for it. I'm just simply saying the level of romance to her may be a little bit on the lower side as she appreciates it, hopefully. But if it's a guy that does not cook
Mhm.
and he ends up cooking, that's going to go a lot long. That's going to go a much further way for her because she knows that's not naturally, that's not him. And he's doing that for her.
Right. Right. Okay, look at Daniel Ortiz is saluting you. That's next level game.
That's
That's
right. That's right, dog. Man, just it still involves effort. It still involves effort. So it's a win-win, man. It's a win-win. She's gonna end up cleaning up the mess. Willingly, by the way, willingly. And she's gonna buy you a gift, and bam, you guys are gonna be good.
right. How funny.
But yeah, going to that dinner, it all depends on him. Is he naturally a cook? Is that what he does? If not, then it's gonna go a lot further.
Right. True, true. Denver Maid said he's taking notes. All right. Well, that's what's up. Hey, Cultura. So, what do you have coming up, Chola? What do you have going on in the near future here?
What are you asking, Jen?
Do you have something you would like to share?
Sure. Yeah. First of all, happy Valentine's to everybody who celebrates Valentine's Day. I'm not anti-Valentine's Day. Go ahead, celebrate it. That's fine. Um, yeah. I do got something coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and that is, I'm not Catholic, and I don't practice Catholicism. Definitely a believer. And one thing that I do every year is I do Lent.
Mm-hmm.
I like the challenge of giving up something, right?
Hmm.
And usually I give up something that's not good for me, whether it's sweet or, mainly that pertains to food for the most part. But
Mm-hmm.
um, in December, in the month of December, I don't know why, but I thought about like, oh, hey, what am I gonna give up for Lent this coming Lent, right? And
Mm-hmm.
immediately, like a snap of a finger, it just hit me. YouTube, right? Just give up YouTube, give up social media, completely. Which I'm not really on social media. I do have a Instagram account, but I'm not really that active on it.
Wow.
Um, so I am going to be stepping away from YouTube altogether for Lent.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, for those who don't know, I have 5 YouTube channels.
Mm-hmm.
5. So I'm going to be stepping away from all of them for that time being. And not only stepping away from that, but stepping away from YouTube completely. Like, as far as interacting in the chat or somebody inviting me on on their channel, just like this. I feel grateful, Jen, that you invite me. But for that time being, I'm not going to be. Now, I can't control somebody recording me and then putting it on YouTube, and then somebody saying, "Oh, you hypocrite, you're on
Right.
YouTube." That I can't control that. If somebody puts a phone up, hey, what's up, man? Can you say this or that? And then they put it up on YouTube. Oh, I
Sure.
thought you said you were gonna be on YouTube. I can't go controlling all that. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be doing a few events, which I'm sure some people are gonna be picking up through YouTube. So I
Right.
will be doing commentary for a YouTube boxing match coming up. So, I mean, whatever gets caught on YouTube right there, but I myself am not going to be, you know, putting
Uploading.
myself on YouTube like that. Yeah. So I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be gone from YouTube for till the end of March.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Okay.
and that's not the only thing I'm giving up, but
Mm-hmm.
I, I challenge everybody, even if you're not a believer in the Lord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're not. That's hey, to each their own. But I challenge everybody to give something up. Give something up for Lent, something that's a true challenge, right? I mean, check this out. My crazy local wife one day gave up coffee, and she'll never do that again. And I will
Oh,
beg her not to do it again either, right?
yeah, that's a
Because
tough one.
yeah. So for her giving up, for those who don't know, she is a coffee, fiend.
Mm-hmm.
So she gave it up. But yeah, we you don't challenge yourself. Don't set yourself up for failure,
Mm-hmm.
but challenge yourself. And I don't know why, but it just came to me to give up YouTube. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Wow. So it just hit you like instantly in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
something you do the most that you got to cut, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that Ash Wednesday? Ash Wednesday? No. Huh?
No, no, I'm not Catholic.
Right.
I'm just saying I do Lent. I
Yeah.
like giving I like just the
I would
challenge
say
of
that's
it.
part of the Lent thing.
Mm-hmm. So how long are you going to give this up for?
Oh yeah, there. Monica said it right now, but I said it.
It's 40 days and 40 nights.
Okay, that's right.
It is like fasting. Yeah.
Hmm.
I respect it. I definitely respect the
Mm-hmm.
discipline that takes, and
Give up salad. Freaking
if
joking.
anyone can do
See,
it.
I see Conejo saying he's gonna give up potato chips. Now, if he's allowed potato chips, yeah, that's a good thing to do right there.
Yeah. If that's, it's got to be something like that, right? Like something you really spend a lot of time doing, or like if you're addicted to potato chips, then
Yeah.
it would be a sacrifice.
It's something that you feel that may be taking control,
Mm.
right? That you may be losing control of. So
Cool.
I'll give up danking and drinking. I mean, yeah. I mean, that could definitely be it.
That would be, yeah, yeah.
3 days.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
like I said, even if you're not a believer, like I said, I'm not Catholic. I'm not
Oh.
Catholic. But even if you're not a believer, I would challenge,
Mhm.
some, people to think about giving something up.
Yeah, most definitely. I think I like that. I'm going to think of something, and I think that could be definitely a healthy thing. Think of something
You
you
have
can.
to feed your body with the word, though. That's the only nourishment you're going to get. You feed your body with the word.
You're talking about fasting when
I
you're.
mean, fasting, Lent. I said Lent is like fasting, only it's Christian talk. You know, Lent is
Yeah.
Catholic.
Yeah.
Denver said, I give up my old lady.
Right, I saw that. Good, Denver.
Oh,
We're going to hold you to that. I want to see how it turns out.
Uh,
okay.
that's good. I like that.
That's part.
Funny that part, Denise. Yeah,
Yeah.
got to
Yeah,
stand.
so that's what I got. That's what I got coming up. So if you guys are watching this live, tomorrow will be the day. So yeah.
It's your
You
last.
guys
So I
heard it.
gotta be saying goodbye on all my channels
Oh,
here very shortly. So
okay, so
yeah. But I like YouTube. Um
mhm,
I came to like it a little bit more than what I thought, especially, one channel got me going to the next,
mhm,
got me thinking of starting another one, got me thinking of starting another one. And I enjoy it. Um, and I never wanted to turn into, like it's my job, like it's
mhm.
stressful or something like that. I never wanted to turn into anything like that. I want to keep it, I want to keep it fun.
Right. Hey, Rich. It can be. I mean, I don't have 5 channels, but it can be very time consuming, and I don't think a lot of people know all the amount of work that can go into it. But there's a lot that's behind it, and how much you do with it. So I respect that. It's I'm glad that we got to see you here before you started 40 days, 40 nights.
No, you know what? I do somewhat look forward to it.
Mhm.
It's gonna be interesting because I can't think, um, because there is a time that I took a break from the Cholo Trucker channel, but I was still on YouTube through my other channels. So this time it's like boom, all the way across. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be something. So
Yeah. So you're not gonna, are you gonna like check comments or anything like that, or you're just completely logged off?
I'm gonna watch YouTube because there's a lot of really good information. Man, I've been coming up on some really good stuff of just business and credits, and there's so much great information when it
Mhm.
comes to that. So I'll definitely be watching, but I won't be interacting with chats and all that stuff. So
Right.
uh
Off the
yeah.
grid. Okay. All right. That will be interesting. Even more exciting to see you when you come back and hear about it. Hear how that went for you. I'm going to be curious what it's like to just log off for 40 days.
Maybe I'll start a troll channel and start trolling everybody. Maybe I'll do
Right. I think you
maybe
should. And then we'll all have to guess who is this person in the comments making all these.
Have you looked into that, or is like YouTube okay with that? You not being on for a certain amount of time? Do they cut your channels, or I don't know how that works?
No, not that I know of, because there's been people that I've been subscribed to that stop dropping content, and they haven't dropped content for like 2 years, and I'm like, oh yeah, whatever happened to this couple,
Mm-hmm.
you
That's
know?
true.
So yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Jojo got his Nana being a troll with him.
What?
Yeah.
Did he?
Jojo AZ.
What did you do? You brought your Nana in on it, Jojo?
Well, he said troll Denise, and I'm like, I'm not a troll.
Oh,
I said him and his Nana are a troll. He got his Nana into being a troll.
oh, really?
That's how messed up Jojo is. Well, I hope it works out, Jojo. I hope that you can handle it and you don't get all the malias from it. And yeah, I hope
You
that
think
works out.
No, I really enjoy it. All the channels that I do them all for fun. That's why I do it. I really enjoy it. I really do. I really do. But so did we come up with an answer on how many guys are
Oh,
expecting something tomorrow?
Yeah, gentlemen, let us know in the comments, you guys in the chat, how many of you guys are expecting something tomorrow for Valentine's Day?
Mhm.
Give us an answer before we end this live. We got to know.
at least a few of you guys.
Yeah, there's got to be a few. Got to be. You know what, Cholo, I wanted to ask you. I somewhat know the history, but I want to make sure I have it right because some people have asked, how did the round table start as far as like your recollection of it?
Yeah, it started with Paul from the LA Times and Big Joe, both of them. It's originally Paul's channel, but Big Joe, he had control of it as well, so he was able to go live. It's basically kind of like the wrestling channel that I have. Paul and Incredible Javier, they have access to it,
Mm-hmm.
so they can go ahead and do whatever they want on it as well. So they decided, hey, you know what, we should do a roundtable. So it was them two along with Sonny Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Once Sonny had left the other channel with American Cholo,
Mm-hmm.
they decided to do this roundtable, and shortly thereafter, Paul reached out to me. I see at that point I only had one channel at that time. It was just Cholo Trucker, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get off of YouTube because I just wanted to do it for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And um, and Paul had reached out to me. He's all like, "Hey man, you know what? I've been watching your channel. Will you be down to get on the round table?" I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And it was all pre-recorded at that
Mm-hmm.
time. We weren't doing it live.
Okay.
So what would happen is it was four of us, and each one of us will come up with a subject.
Mm-hmm.
And before we would start recording, about an hour 30 minutes before, we were all on a group text, and we would send it what is our own personal subject that we're bringing to the table,
Mhm.
right? So then we would get on there, and it would go on for a while. It was all pre-recorded, and it's like, okay, cool, we're doing his subject, then now we're doing your subject, now we're doing that person's subject, and boom, so on and so forth. And then Paul was in charge of it, and he would break it up and release it in different 4 different stages of the subjects.
Ah.
And yeah, and then that's how I started. And then once you started using StreamYard and start going live, um, well,
Mhm.
you remember, Jen, that's around the time
Yeah.
that I got in contact with you
Mhm.
and brought you around. I just thought you were just a little bit better looking than Big Joe, so I'm like, Jen, get in here, girl. We lost the good looking one in Big Joe Castro, so let's bring in Jen.
That was awesome. I remember that time, and it was such an honor to sit with you gentlemen and privilege, and I'm so grateful. Had a lot of good times. Yeah.
Yeah, he would release it in the morning. If I remember correctly, he was releasing it like at 8 o'clock in the morning or something. He would premiere them, so people would be able to go in the chat. So,
Okay.
and then they handed it over to me. So,
Yeah. There we go. That's interesting. So I have these lives set up to be. I don't know if you noticed that YouTube has an option for us as creators to put things out like as a podcast now as well. So if anyone's listening to this as a podcast out there, now you have the little background and history of how this started. There we go.
yeah, the way it all started, going to the genesis of it.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up now. I want to thank everyone in the chat for tapping in with us. Thank you for spending your last evening with us, Cholo.
Wow, it sounds like I'm going away.
I know that didn't come out how I planned it, but you know what I mean.
All right, so
Thank you.
last note to all the guys tomorrow, they're in the honeymoon stage, man. Burn the food, overflow the bathtub, make a mess in the house, make it have this look of the food like you really, really, truly tried, and she's gonna be so impressed that she's gonna clean it all up, man. She's gonna buy you a big gift. She's gonna buy you food. Boom, it'll be good. Or keep it simple. Go out for a walk in the park.
Right.
Go out for a walk in the park and buy a paleta, and you guys just walk and talk and just share each other's ideas, talk about the future. It doesn't have to be, don't freak her out and be like, oh, you and I together, just ask her what she wants, in the future. Ask her what she wants to do. You gotta ask the right questions. What did you want to do as a little girl?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, what did you want to do as a little girl? Do you still feel that way? If not, why? What changed? You got it, man. I gotta have another guy talk with all my waffles,
Yeah,
man, so
you
they
do.
could, chop it up with the ladies, man. But
Yeah,
we'll
you
do that one day.
Maybe when you come back, you can do a special and hand out some more game for everyone.
All right,
All right,
no,
guys.
it's always a pleasure being on here, Jen. Thank you so much, and
I
you're doing a
appreciate
great job.
I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Thank you, Denise.
All
You
right.
guys have a blessed evening. Love your loved ones tomorrow. Go on a walk, drink some food.
Valentine's Day, guys.
Whatever works for you. If you like it, I love it. You guys have a blessed evening. Until next time, see you guys soon. God
Bye,
bless.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.